Welcome to another update for Ruction the Golden Tablet. So, if you're just tuning in, my name's Scott, also known as Shikauta. Anyway, so I've been working on this game by myself for the last 6 months, and I'm proud to present that the game is now finished for the most part, and now I'm working on playtesting. And these first shots here is what it actually looks like in the game. You can see the animations are like 100 times better than they were before if you were following previously. There's still a lot of work to be done, like I got running animations and jumping animations, so there's still a little bit work to be done there, but you can see the idle animation's pretty awesome. A lot of this, I added a lot of detail, like small things, like for example, you can't really see things are moving unless you really look at it. Like you got the fog, you got the grass is like moving a little bit, little reflections like on his mask there. And I added a lot of different types of grasses and plants too. You can see right here there's like a lot of different types. And before the plants, they were like swaying back and forth. It was a little ridiculous. They were kind of just really moving all around. So I made it so they just barely move, more realistic. Right now I'm working on a lot of just detail polishing. Since I'm now running through the game, it's fully playable. And that's what I want to go in mostly here is a lot of the things I'm dealing with right now as I prepare the game for launch. Let's go right into that. Alright, so some things I want to go over, show you some things that I've been going through while I've been starting doing like playtesting, right? Okay, so let me show you some things. So I go through the game and I've been playtesting, right? You think you've got everything mostly figured out, and this is just tiny things. Like I start off and right away I noticed that, so I start saving and loading the game just to make sure everything's saving correctly and loading correctly. I got some triggers that don't save, and I got missing ladders, and I got I go up and I look at some stuff, and I notice that I climb up a ladder and I fall through a rock, you know, just these simple things. Then I got my quest dialogues, like for example, let's come in here to my dialogues. So I got all these different dialogues. I had a thing here, so I came in here and I was looking at it, and I discovered, you know, things like I spelled some things wrong and stuff didn't make sense. So, you know, I'm working out things like that, just kind of like working out through the details. Let's see, I spelled a word wrong here. Like I noticed that my life always returns to full health every time I load it, so I have to fix that. There is a place where you can go and so I was playing through the game. There's a place you can go and replenish your health in the game. You can get these health packets. Let's see, like added a little more, just like adding more to the storyline. I noticed like going through the dialogues that stuff didn't make I wanted it to make more sense, right? So it wasn't making sense, or things like a couple floating trees, you know, these mushrooms, quest needs to be changed, he says. So I changed some stuff in the game, actually added on, so I moved things around. Floating rocks, had to move those. Spelled something wrong again, so I type almost 90 words a minute, so I'm bound to spell something wrong here. Fire's a little off in the cave, colliders, and oh yeah, this is a big problem. So one of my villages didn't save. Let me show you actually. Let me show you this. So my save component. So I'm going through. I'll show you the exact one I was working on. So here's a trigger, and you run through this trigger, and it loads this new area. Let's see here. Okay, so here's what I got. I'm just showing you some background information about what I'm doing. So here, I had nothing here where it says Raven Village, and I had nothing here. So just for example, so I'm using this script called persistent active data, and I have a sequence trigger script. This kind of does what I say. You enter through right here, on trigger enter, so you run through the script and it plays this event right here. But it only does that if this condition are met. So and this is part of the save. I know it doesn't really make sense, but basically the persistent active data enables the save to save. And if I wasn't here, then it wouldn't save. Like if I went into this new area in the game and then I saved it while I was like in this village and then I loaded it again, the village wouldn't be there. You can see the problem, right? So I had to fix something like that, and a couple other areas like that happened to these areas I haven't dealt with for a while because the map is so big, right? So I just forgot about some of these things. So here's another one. I run into this area, this side mountain temple, and I load this like temple area. Anyway, so that's just some of the things I'm dealing with. Just kind of like polishing up and just really, I don't know, just making it a whole lot better. It's a lot more like you think everything's done when you're like, yeah, I'm done with the game, right? And it is done. But now you have to play it and then work through all the things you missed, basically. So it really helps to try to do things right the first time you do it, so then later you don't have to go through and fix it, you know. Because then I have this list, and to tell you the truth, this is only one, just going through like a couple like missions. I have these other things to fix, but I decided it's easier to keep tracking in Excel, where I can like put an X next to it when it's done. And by the way, so the game is done, and so I spent, dude, I spent like a month. We went on vacation, and then I was like gone for every weekend in August, so I didn't really work on it very much, and I was really distracted. Then I started playing this game called Rust to try to get some more open world experience, and I got really distracted with that because it was a pretty fun game. But now I'm back, so like really working on it a lot more. And so here, like I put all the guys in the right place now. So that took a little while to like put everything in the right place, but that's basically the update. So this video won't be very long. I just want to kind of show you where it's at. And like I said, you know, in previous videos, I made this all myself in like the last 6 months, and I just started using Unity this year. Never used Unity before, so maybe that'll inspire some of you guys to give it a shot, give it a try. There's still like a bunch of stuff I need to do, but basically it's done. Like it's a full playable version. You know, it just got these things to work out. There's like these small details. I consider them extremely small compared to a lot of the other things that I've had to work through. These are very, very small things. Although they'd have a dramatic effect if I didn't fix them, so they could be big, you know, however you want to look at it. Anyway, let me kind of show you a little bit of the map, just like for a second. I added a few things. So here's just kind of the details. So this is editor mode, so this isn't, you're not playing in here. But like for example, I added this like little area right here with like a little bridge. It's pretty cool. I felt like I needed something right here. All these like different, these are triggers. They do stuff. These C's are colliders. I marked everything in the game. So when I first started, I'll tell you right now, if you're starting to build a game, the first thing you want to do is 100% organize things. Because I tell you, like my hierarchy right now, look at this. It's like like a bunch of stuff. And believe me, this is so much more organized. Even though I think it's organized now, unorganized a little bit now, but this is like 100 times, literally like 100 times more organized than it was previously. Okay, let me show you this little area. This is pretty sweet. I'm pretty proud of this actually. Let's see here. So turn this off. Gun area. Okay. This was like a lot more detailed, but then I had like thousands and thousands of rocks down here because it looked really cool. But then I realized that there was way too much stuff, and it was just like 20 frames per second less. So I didn't want the compromise frames per second, so then I just deleted them, and it still looks pretty cool. In the game, it looks even cooler. There's like fog moving around, and there's fire right here. It's pretty sweet. There's all this fog up here. It looks pretty awesome. But you'll have to follow the Steam channel. So basically, that's kind of all there is for now. But I spent some time working on the Steam store for release. So I think it was yesterday, I submitted to Steam my store page, so they have to approve it. Takes a few days. Got my pricing approved. There's a bunch of stuff you need to work out in the Steam store. A lot of graphics you need to upload. Just requirements to upload it onto Steam. So I'm pretty excited, and it should be pretty awesome. Just stay updated. So my next video will probably be a lot more polishing. Maybe getting into the background of game development a little bit more than this video. But I haven't made a video for a while, so I just wanted to kind of update everyone, kind of where the process is at the moment. Okay, that's all for now. And this is Ruction, the Golden Tablet. Thanks.